So I've recently seen this old staircase pop up on YouTube. You flick a lever, a hidden staircase comes out, but you can see sticky pistons. And so I thought there must be a highly impractical, resource-heavy way to fix that. And so I did. Allow me to introduce you to my state-of-the-art hidden staircase with fancy blocks, aka Megan. So without further ado, here's what you're gonna need. Keep in mind, these are the amount of resources you'll need to build a 3-block tall staircase. So for each additional step, you'll need to add these many ingredients? Ingredients, sure. Let's get building. So first things first, we need to decide where our stairs are going to be. For me, my wall is going to be along here, and I'm going to place my stairs into my wall as though they haven't yet been pushed out. So this is where my stairs will be. I'm going to be building a 3-block tall staircase just as an example. This design is tileable, so you can make it taller if needed. Technically, you could make it shorter too, although I don't know why you'd go through all this trouble for any shorter than this. Alright, so in order to build our staircase, we're going to place pistons starting directly behind the block. I'm going to show you each stair at a time. It's easier to build all of the pistons needed for each stair and then move on to the next, rather than trying to build it all at once. So go ahead, build 4 blocks up. We're going to break the bottom 3, place a sticky piston here, facing downward, and here. We've got 2 blocks up here with redstone dust on both. We'll take sticky piston here. You're going to put your decorative block, whatever you want to show behind your stairs here. For me, that is sea lanterns. I like how they look. And then go ahead and place another piston facing inward. I am so incredibly bad at this. Oh my god. Alright, so you should have a configuration something like this. Come out 2 from here. It needs to come diagonally back. We're going to place a sticky piston facing upward into this other one, and then out from this one. Out from this one, we're just going to put a line of redstone. Excuse me, I will be back. Alrighty, and we're back. So you're going to place your 2 blocks here with redstone dust on top. After that, we're going to come behind it. Let me swap out my block over here. We're going to block 1, 2, and 3 in this shape. And then coming out of that, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Into that block we placed, we're going to place a redstone repeater just on 1 default tick with a line of redstone dust. On top of this, we're going to come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. I'm going to destroy the bottom 4, 3, 4, place a sticky piston. On top of that sticky piston, you're going to place an observer, break the next 2 blocks, place a sticky piston, and on top of that, we're going to place a dot of redstone dust. Go ahead and break those 3 blocks we placed here. So this is what you should have. Against this repeater we placed, we're going to put a sticky piston, an observer, and then another observer. And the last thing we do is right next to this piston, we're going to place a block with a dot of redstone dust. So this should be the build. You're going to build one of these behind each one of your stairs that you're going to retract. So I'll go ahead, I'll freeze frame here if you're following along. Or I'll put a timetable at the top if you want to follow along again with me. Alrighty, so I've gotten all of the redstone in place for each of our stairs. Now the next part we're going to be working on is placing in our buttons and wiring them into the power. So we're going to come over here from the bottom stair. You're going to skip 1 block and come here. Place a block in here. I'm going to place it on a gold block just so it's easier to see from behind for following along purposes. And go on and place your button. And then up here, again, you're going to, from the pistons that you've already placed, you're going to skip 1 block, come in, and place your button. So we'll work on this bottom circuit first. Go ahead and place a block here behind your button. We're going to come across here, place 3, 1, 2, 3, place 3, 3. So you'll have a little grid of 9 here. And you're going to come out 1, 2 from here. You're going to place redstone here and here. In this block here, we're going to place a sticky piston with a block on top. Into that, we're going to place a repeater with 3 ticks. We're going to place 2 repeaters here, both set to 4 full ticks. We're going to place 2 repeaters here, both set to 2 ticks. And we're going to have a 1 tick repeater coming out of this piston block. Across here, we're going to place a sticky piston with a block in it. And behind this block here, we're going to place a sticky piston facing upward with an observer. And this is pretty much the idea for our power circuit. What this does is that, and just a 1 stick repeater there, what it does is when we push this button, this block will eventually move across and it'll power just one of these lines. So you'll see I'll push it back and this observer will pop up. So this is essentially how we're just going to wire our circuit in. And when we push it on, you'll see he doesn't pop up. If you've been playing with your button, moving forward as we build, make sure this block is in front of this observer, just to save you breaking all this. So we'll wire this top button in. Full disclosure, there are much more compact, more efficient ways to wire this button in. Some of them are more complicated than others. I'm going for a very simple design as far as like roping it in goes. But there are better options that are more compact. But this one works just fine. I've tested other ones, but I like this the best as far as like people following along. It kind of makes more conceptual sense than some other ones. Not that any of this monstrosity makes a whole lot of sense, but it just felt right to me. So make sure this piston you place is a regular piston. Regular piston, okay. You'll have a lot of sad troubleshooting searching for what's wrong. I would know. All right. So once you place your observer, you're going to come up here. You're going to place 2, 3, 4 blocks. So it should be 4 blocks on top of this. Go ahead and place another normal piston, not a sticky piston, a normal piston on top. And those are going to be your only 2 pistons that are not sticky pistons. So we're going to get rid of that before we make a mistake and accidentally use it somewhere else. So we're going to leave a block here. We need to put a sticky piston with an observer facing into it. So you'll have a regular piston, a block of air, an observer facing into a sticky piston, and that's pointed towards your tower. And then you're going to go ahead and just run a line in here. We'll connect it all up with redstone dust, slap that on there. Now, for whatever reason, if you do not put repeaters up here, this line that runs across here will interact with this redstone down here. It doesn't ever light up, so I don't know what shenanigans are going on, but this seems to fix the issue. But anyway, that is our top button done, and just like before, if you press it, you'll see that travel across. It'll power that line. If I press it again, it'll turn the stairs off and that guy will pop down. Perfect. All right, so again, if you've been playing, make sure this block's in front of the observer. We're building the system as though the stairs are closed, so you don't want it backwards, flip-floppy, because it can and will break. Alrighty, so coming out of this here, this repeater where our power source is, we're going to put 2 blocks here, come across another 3. From that one, we're going to put 1, 2, and now we're going to start building a little staircase up. So we've got 1 block here, 1 block there, and 1 block there. And it should meet up with this little block here that we put for our observer. This is just to prevent redstone signals getting crossed. It breaks the machine if this block is not here. Another one of those little phantom pulses traveling through things. And it seemingly defies all logic and reasoning, and yet it does. So go ahead and come out from here. We're going to rope this around and link it in here. And we're going to come out from here 2 blocks. And then we're going to go up 1. From here, we're going to build a little bit of a pulse extender. So come out 4 blocks. We'll place 3 blocks here. At the end, we're going to place a sticky piston and then a solid block. So that is level 2 of this build. So we'll go ahead, we're going to put redstone dust here and here. We're going to put repeater here and here on 4 full ticks. A dot of redstone dust, another repeater on 4 full ticks, here and here. Redstone dust running up here. And now we're going to take our time to the left, place a repeater with 4 full ticks. We're going to place redstone dust on these 2 blocks and this one here. And this is where we're going to build our pulse extender. So go ahead and place a solid block over here. I'm going to grab out some comparators. These are our 2 comparators in this build. So coming out from this line, we're going to place a comparator running into this block and a comparator running in the opposite direction and place a redstone dot of dust here. And that is the pulse extender done. Then coming back over here, we're going to place a repeater with 4 full ticks. On here, we'll place a repeater with 3 ticks. Put redstone across this entire line, and then a repeater here with just 1 default tick. That's level 2 completed. Last thing we need to do is link up the top pistons and put in our off switch. So to do that, we're going to come down here and start at the bottom actually. So we're going to make a little ring here. Coming out from the back of this ring, we're going to come across 1, 2. We're going to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to build a little staircase up and wrap it around. All right, we'll stop right there. We're going to come back over here and we'll build to meet it. So we're going to build up, put 2 there, and then we're going to come out 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and make a little 3x2 platform. From there, we're going to come to this side here and we're going to place blocks to meet here. We're going to come out and place a block here and here. Off of this one, we're going to place it just to meet this piston here. And we're going to come out and form a little bit of a ring here. So come out 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then join it here. So it should look like the number 6. And then coming out from the back here, we're going to place 1 block, and then we're going to join it to our staircase from below. The last thing we need to do is link in our off switch. So we're going to come 1, 2, and boom, and that's it. We'll place in our redstone real quick. So we're going to put a repeater on 3 ticks. Redstone dust, redstone dust, redstone dust. We'll just carry that up. I'm going to come over here, carry this across. We're going to take repeaters on 3 ticks each. The left one runs into a repeater on 1 tick. We're going to put a redstone dust, a repeater with 3 ticks, a repeater on 4 ticks, and a repeater on 4 ticks, and then put a redstone dust. Coming over here, we're going to put 2 redstone dust. This is going to go into an observer facing towards all those repeaters we just placed. Coming out of it, we're going to have a repeater on 1 tick, and then going into that, we're going to have a repeater on 4 ticks. Place a redstone dust, and then you can go ahead and cover this entire rest of the ring with redstone dust. We're going to carry this signal down this little staircase down to here. And then we're going to place 6 repeaters on 4 full ticks. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, and that is 6. Place 2 redstone dusts. We're going to put a repeater on 3 ticks. Place redstone dust across here. We're going to put a repeater on 2 ticks, and then a repeater on 1 tick. And that should be our circuitry all completed. Last thing we do is just push it and hope it doesn't break. Let me just go ahead and fill in our wall real quick. So we'll place solid blocks back there. I'll take my stairs and I'll place them facing inward to give the illusion that the wall is solid from the outside. Go ahead and close that in and let her rip. Fingers crossed, it should work. Yeah! Now, as you play with your shiny new toy, I'd love to know what you guys think. This is my first ever redstone build, so I want to know if you guys want to see more. So like, comment, subscribe, do all that awesome stuff to let me know you're interested. I really do appreciate you guys checking it out. And I love you. Bye bye.